guys have any questions, any doubts? I see many few of you have completed the practical, and two of you, including you, Tessin, you guys were facing some problem while connecting the share drive, right? So
Correct.
before we
Now
proceed,
share thing.
yeah, do you have any questions, any doubts on that? Were you able to figure out that issue, or what is it, or should we proceed?
Mm, No, actually the thing is when I was trying to connect the file share, so I was not able to recall that where should I connect, because when I went through that PowerShell script procedure, it was not getting copied, because I remember that I was copying the script and I was pasting it in the PowerShell, but still it was not getting pasted. And when I was using the portal, it was not getting it was not getting connected through the portal as well. Can you just show me, or can just give me an overview so that I can go ahead and do the practical after the class?
Sure. What about others, guys? Any other doubts? Any other questions?
सेम प्रॉब्लम से है भाई। फाइल शेयर कनेक्ट करने के वक्त ड्राइव तो पूछ रहा है वो, लेकिन
Hmm.
कनेक्ट हो रहा है वो नहीं हो रहा है वो, ऐसा कुछ ऐसा पता नहीं चल रहा कि ड्राइव कौन सी ड्राइव से ले लिया या क्या ले लिया, वो ऐसा कुछ उसमें दिख रहा नहीं है मेरे को।
Okay. So let me show you the practical. Very first thing, Tessin, no, you will never ever run that script on this portal. Why would you do that? What is a shared drive? As we have been, I have been explaining and I have discussed earlier also. What is a shared drive? Not only in Azure, what is a shared drive? What do you understand by a shared drive or a cloud drive? What do you understand by that? Yes, yes. What is a shared drive? And this one is Google Drive on my computer.
Yeah,
What is it?
correct. So here it is a kind of storage type of thing where we can store the things for longer period of time, and it can be
Right.
shared
It is a storage.
to the
Simple. It is
other
a
person as
storage
well.
which is
Yeah,
there on cloud, not directly on your physical computer or your physical machine,
correct.
right? It's a storage device.
Yeah,
It is just attached with your device. It is not physically present over there. So even if your laptop is stolen, you don't have access to your laptop, anything, it's fine. It's simply a cloud drive. You can disconnect it from there and you can connect it to some other device also. And you can keep that as well connected and you can simultaneously connect it to any other device. That is what a cloud drive is. So when it comes to storage, file share, storage file share, it's a similar functionality. Storage account, it's giving us four types of storage, right? We discussed one is queue, one is table. Queue and table we had discussed in detail. We were talking about file share, and then we
right.
were about to talk about, we were about to discuss blob, right? So one of them is your file share. File share exactly works like this, like a Google Drive. So a file share, if you run that script here on the portal, where are you trying to connect that? By running the script on the portal, where are you trying to connect that? On this PC? No, if that is the approach, that is incorrect. So what you have to do is uh, you always have to run this on a Windows computer or on a Linux computer or on a Mac computer. So when you click here, you get this option connect, right? Let me create this machine and let's go to this machine first and I'll show it to you then. We'll do the practical here. So I'm adding an extra disk here just for your understanding. Okay, so our disk is ready. I have attached one 10 GB disk to this machine. So now this machine should have two or three disks, right? One is your C drive disk, one is your this one C drive 127 GB. Another one is your data drive, which is 10 GB. And third one depends on the size of the machine. If you remember, we get a temporary disk, right? We get a temporary disk of 20 GB, sometimes 10 GB. That depends on the size of the machine. This size, whatever temporary disk you get, you will see that one. So first, let's log into this machine and see what all do we have here. And I told you not to try this on your laptop, on your computer, personal laptop as well, and office. So definitely don't do it. Personal, because you may have many firewalls, etc., ports on or off, which might give you some error. So for practice purpose, we are doing it on our Azure machine, right? So I will be logging into this Azure machine now. So this is the machine. First, we are going to see how many disks do we have and how does it work. Okay. Very first thing I'll be doing is turn off the firewall. Though just to check the disk, it is not required. But whatever we are going to do next, we'll be attaching a disk. This is an essential part. Sometimes maybe on your computer, your firewall is blocking that particular port 445, right? We require a port 445. So better thing is I'll turn off the firewall completely. Okay, so my firewalls are off now. If I go to this machine, see I have a C drive which is of 127 GB OS disk. It's a temporary disk which we get with our machine size. Maybe don't save anything. Why do I not see my extended disk? Can anyone tell me what do I have to do? We have covered this already.
We need to open that the partition thing that
What do you call it? What is the process called? It's okay if you don't remember the steps, that is fine, but you should remember the term.
there is
Anyone?
an application. Yes, there is an application control panel, I guess. The option is in control panel, or simply we can open that with the control panel command prompt. There is a command for that.
Okay, that's okay. The command is disk management. By the way, it is not an
Yeah,
application.
disk
It is a
management.
feature. But the answer which you have to give, it's once you connect a disk from there, you have to initialize the disk. You simply just have to use this word. Then no one is going to ask you how do you initialize the disk. वो operating system team का काम हो गया. But if you know, you can explain it. That's perfectly fine. You can tell them you go to disk management and initialize the disk. But at least remember this keyword here. Look at this. This is called
Sure.
initializing the disk. So when you initialize the disk, you will see, okay, there is one disk. It is online. Normally, sometimes it is offline. Once you initialize it, it becomes online, right? So now it is online. Then you simply have to just make a drive. See, this is the letter it is asking here, right? So similar thing, it will ask when you created it. Let's say for this one, this is a local drive. So I'm selecting a letter L just for the understanding, right? I'm naming it as local drive. Okay, this is my L drive. Now, if I attach one more disk at the Azure level, at portal level, and if I try to attach letter L here, do you think it will work or it won't work? What do you think?
No,
It
it
won't
will
work,
not
right?
work.
So similarly,
No.
when you're bringing your cloud drive here on this machine, make sure to select a letter which is not already assigned on your machine. If D drive is there, right? And if you go to your portal, click on connect on your storage account here, and you say, okay, I'm going to connect this to a Windows machine, hence I've selected Windows. And if I select L, here if I select L, so the whole script will be written with this L storage account or L drive letter. However, in reality, I don't have that available. So it is must that you will get an error message. You're compelled to get that. Is this point clear first thing?
Yes.
Right. So we will have to make sure that we do not reuse, we do not try to reuse it. Now look at this. This is my local drive. Okay, L drive is my local drive. So if I do something, and if I'm a computer, in this case, ये virtual computer है वैसे भी तो इसको आग वगैरह कुछ नहीं लगने वाली है, right? But let's say if it was my laptop. I have a L drive. If I have a L drive, I've used the disk. What does it mean? The disk is attached somewhere to my laptop. So if there is a fire or it gets stolen, then do I have access to this data? No.
No.
And so I want something like Google Drive. So in that case, we have a solution called file share. Now look at this. I created a file share here. In this file share, this is the file share I've created. Here we can change the size. The quota here, it means size. Now I have created this for 102 GB, 100 GB. Normally you get it for 100 TB, right? So make sure you change that thing first. Once you create, let me create a new file share. It needs to be in,
Lowercase.
yes. Backup we are not discussing now. And while creating this, I guess you guys checked on the backup. Hence, I saw some backup resources as well. I was wondering, we have not covered recovery service vault now. Why are you guys creating a recovery service vault? Then I realized you must have checked on the backup. Hence, your recovery service vault got created, right? So we don't need any backup as of now. Right? So the moment I created, I did not make any changes, didn't do anything, right? So the moment I created, what is the size of that file share? Let's have a look. If I go to storage account, this is the storage account I was using. Under storage account file share, I have an existing one, and that this is the new one. So what is the size of the new one? The one which I've created, UTK file share 2,
102 GB.
102?
GB. It's GB, I guess.
No. No, that's not the new one. Look at the date. Which is the new one, by the way?
The upper
100
one,
TB.
100
Yes.
TB or
100
UTK file
TB.
share.
Yes.
Yeah,
File share 2 is the new one, which is 100 TB.
correct.
Now, if I try to assign this, I may get some error, right? And I will never use 100 TB का hard disk कोई नहीं use करता है share पे इतना heavy hard disk कोई नहीं use करता है. So if you want to change that, you have to come here, click on edit, right? And let's make it 100 GB. We just have to simply do a practice. This is 1024 GB, which equals to 1 TB. I don't want 1 TB भी नहीं चाहिए मुझको. 102 GB is enough. So 102 GB, it's more than enough for me. Right now I have already created this one. Now let's go ahead and connect. So you click on connect here. First thing, just you come here on the file share. This is what you are doing, I guess, Imran. You are not getting the option, right? So you have to select a file share here. Which file share you want to connect? You have to select that file share. So then you get the option here, upper left hand corner, connect. So you click on connect. Then you select which operating system you are connecting this to. Linux, Mac, Windows. We'll stick to Mac, Windows as of now. Right? Then select a drive letter. Here, if I select L, it may give me error because I already have a drive letter L. So what I'm going to do, the one which I have not used, I'm going to use that. So for share drive, I'll just take S, right? Now let's go ahead and show script. Now I've got the script. Copy this script. Now coming to your question or your doubt, Tasin, you copy this script. You're not going to paste this script here itself. You're not doing anything. You are not doing anything on this portal. This is for something. This PowerShell, this one uh, prompt is for something to do on your portal, but we are not doing this on your portal, right? We're not doing this on your portal. Where do I want to connect? Either to a Windows machine or a Mac machine or your uh, Linux machine,
Linux machine.
right? So in this case, I have selected Windows. So give me just 1 minute. I'll open the Windows machine, the one which we have created. So here it is. Yeah, I have already created one local drive for your understanding, and now you see we don't have anything here. So now if I open the PowerShell, I'll go and run as an admin. And here I am going to run that script, the one which I have copied. That one I'm going to run here. Okay, so let's wait. What does it say? Look at this. It is trying to attempt the TCP connection, which happens on 445. So let's wait for some time. And after a refresh, if there is no issue, we should be able to see that drive here. Okay, I hit enter. I just don't have to wait for a few seconds, then hit enter. Once you hit the enter, look at this. It has added successfully. And the moment I see this message, can you see here? I've got a drive here. It is the network drive. Now, if I add something, here, look at this. I did not put these pictures here. I had already put these pictures where I'd put these pictures on the drive already, but I can see it or I can access them here. Now, if I create something new, first let me go to portal. Okay, so this is the drive which we are talking about. This is the file share. So under file share, this is the file share we are connecting, right? So if I connect on this file share, what all do I see? Here, if I click on browse, what all do I have here, guys? I have all PNG files, right? I have all images, but I don't have any notepad or anything. I can upload it from here and I'll be able to see that over there. So let me upload a new file. I'll browse a file. Okay. I can pick it from local or anywhere. And I'm uploading this. Now, the moment it is uploaded, all of you who are accessing this drive using the script, they will be able to see the exact file. Look at this. I didn't even have to wait for something. This is the machine I'm talking about. We are in the machine. Now, if I share this screen with you, this script with you, even you will be able to connect. Now, what if I delete all this? Let's say if I'm deleting all this. The moment I delete it from here, everything will be deleted from here. It's just a matter of refresh. Look at this. All files are gone. So this is the actual place where we have saved everything. However, we can use it as a shared drive and then we can access that using your drives, your network drives. Is this clear?
Yes.
Yes, guys. Any doubt, any questions?
ये फाइल शेयर को, जो भी ये ड्राइव को हम लोग सेल से इससे कनेक्ट नहीं कर सकते क्या, ब्राउजर से?
Yes, you can. But why would you do that? File share is something. Browser as in you'll have to go to portal, not directly via URL. You'll have to go to portal and over the portal, yes, you can. ये upload मैंने यहीं से तो आके किया. This is a browser ultimately, right? ये portal जहां पर खुला ये भी तो एक browser है. I can come here.
नहीं,
I can
यूआरएल के
upload it
जरिए
from.
बोल रहा हूँ
No,
मैं।
no, no, not URL, not using URL because it's a
क्योंकि
folder.
क्योंकि कंटेनर में जो फाइल्स है वो तो हम लोग यूआरएल के थ्रू तो एक्सेस मिल
That
रहा
is a
था अपने
file.
को।
That is a file. You can always use a file, a container, a blob file using this one, a URL, but not a drive. It's a shared drive, right? You cannot do that.
Mm.
ओके।
And इसका purpose ही actual purpose ही है इसका to give you facility or to give you ability to attach that as a shared folder. Got it, guys?
अच्छा। ओके।
If you want to use it on a browser, you already have container and blob. You don't require it this one then. इसका main purpose ही है, इसका feature ही है that you can use it like this. Okay. Any doubts, any questions here? Yes, no, maybe. Any
नो।
doubts?
नो।
What about
No,
others?
Praveen, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's all clear. So basically, I was pasting the PowerShell script on a different platform, on a wrong
Right.
platform. Okay.
So if you want to disconnect this, you simply have to right click and disconnect it from here. And that's all. It's gone then. It's gone. Simple. Right? So this is what your shared drive is. Now let's go ahead and talk about the next option, which is your Azure container. And in container, we'll obviously have blobs. Container, I told you, consider that as your folder, and blobs are your file. Is this clear, guys? Still here to everyone? Table, I have already explained in what scenarios we are going to use table. Queue, I have just given you one example. We don't have to get into that. Share file share, we have done. Now we're talking about blob. Right? So under container, we have blobs. Now I told you blob का मतलब होता है आपका exactly file. Containers are your folder and blobs are your file. But there are many types of blob, right? We have blob types. What are the types? We have page blob, we have append blob, we have block blob. These are the types of your blobs. As in जो files होते हैं उसके type है ये सब. ठीक है? Now let's go ahead and check the portal. So this is the container. If I add a new container, I am adding a folder. And if I'm adding something to existing container, I'm adding a file. Is this clear to everyone? This one, yes, you can use using a browser. Look at this. It gives you the URL. You share this URL with someone, and that person will be able to access the data. That person will be able to access the file. Is this clear to everyone, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And we have tried this, right? Last time you guys tried to access this. Now, let's talk about the accesses. This is very important, and you may get some questions on this. Let's say if we are skipping something under file, it's okay. Disk, it's fine. Access keys. This is the one which we are going to discuss now. Very important topic. But before that, let's see. I have to about blob if I can cover something. I mean, there are many things. I am focusing on basic things. Right? So here it is. Blob. What is a blob, by the way? What is the full form of blob? It's a binary large object. That is your blob. Binary large object. It is accessible using your HTTP or HTTPS. Right? What do you understand by binary object? Binary objects are your images, documents, media, file, virtual disk. Do you understand virtual disk? Your operating system disk. That also gets saved behind the scene. That also gets saved in a blob. जो आप डिस्क बनाते हो ना वो भी किसी स्टोरेज अकाउंट में जाती है. स्टोरेज अकाउंट में किस में जाएगा? Is it going to file share? No. Is it going to table? No. Is it going to queue? No. It is going to your blob storage. उसमें भी particular कौन सा blob? It goes to your that might come as a question. Sometimes it comes as a page blob. जो आपका वर्चुअल डिस्क का हार्ड डिस्क बनता है ना, that is your page blob. Is this point clear to everyone? I mean, you don't select, you are just creating a disk, but background में वो disk किसी storage account में ही ये होता है, right? Storage account में ही बनता है. और storage account की कौन सी service को use कर रहा है? Is it using file share? Is it using table or queue? No, it is using container. Under container, it is using blob. Under blob, there are multiple blobs, but it is using your page blob. Is this clear, guys? Still here?
Yes.
What is a block blob?
Yes.
It is a text and binary data files. Existing blob can be in. You can ignore this part also. It's okay. Don't confuse yourself, right? So what is a blob? Text and binary data files. Text file कुछ ऐड करते हो ये सब करते हो वो आपका हो गया blob. बाय द वे यू आर नॉट डूइंग इट मैन्युअली. आप नहीं सिलेक्ट करो कि मुझको वर्चुअल मशीन का एक डिस्क बनाना है, सो मुझको वहां पे अपेंड ब्लॉक सेलेक्ट करना है या नहीं. इट इज हैपनिंग इन बैकग्राउंड. दिस इज फॉर योर इन्फॉर्मेशन. द मोमेंट यू क्रिएट अ डिस्क, it is by default going to page blob. The moment you are uploading something, it is by default going to a blob, right? The one which I told you, queue service if you're using, राइट? उसमें जो फाइल बनता है ये सब का अगर कुछ होता है, सो इट इज यूजिंग अपेंड ब्लॉब्स. अपेंड ब्लॉब्स, इट्स a good format for a data like logs, where you modify and where you can modify and you can amend it quickly. और पिछले डेटा को ओवरराइड करना है ये सब. राइट? सो यू आर नॉट डूइंग एनीथिंग. आप इसमें से कुछ मैन्युअली नहीं करते. यू डोंट हैव टू रिमेंबर एवरीथिंग आउट ऑफ दिस, बट यू शुड हैव अंडरस्टैंडिंग एटलीस्ट फॉर वर्चुअल डिस्क. ये इंटरव्यू में कभी कभार आता है that which object of storage your virtual disk is using. So virtual disk uses storage account, storage container, blob. What kind of blob? Page blob. That's it. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yes,
Access
ma'am.
tier, we have already done. Lifecycle management, very important, we have
Is it
already
clear?
done.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. For services, we have done. I have just explained it to you. What is your Azure file? What is your queue storage? What is your table? Right? We have done that. Then securing storage account. This we are going to do, but we have only 7 minutes left in this session. So I'll not start it now. Meanwhile, let's see if we have something else to cover. If not, next session we are going to start your how to secure or how to access this, right? Meanwhile, if you remember, I have shown you one versioning, right? How does the versioning works? If you want to see that in real time here, under container, under new container, if I create a file, right, or if I upload a file here, so let me create a file first, or let's save this one. I'm saving one notepad. This is the notepad I have. I'm going to save this notepad. Now I'll be uploading the same notepad here just to show you how the versioning looks. Though we have already covered versioning में क्या होता है exactly, how does it work, we have covered that, right? So if I upload this, here it is, right? So now look at this. If I click on this one, this is the link which I have shared, which you guys can access, and you will be able to access this. But this is a notepad, so you should have a browser which supports notepad. So most of the time notepad को आप browser से नहीं access करोगे. Right? You won't do that. Mostly images के लिए ही आप जो है URL को use करते हो. It was last modified on this date. It was created on this date. What is the type? Look at this. It is a blob. I did not select. Right? So whatever I was telling you there, you don't have to worry about कि आपसे कोई ये नहीं पूछने वाला है which one will you select. It's not that way. You just create it, it selects it, whatever is relevant, but you should know. Okay? Rest all you can ignore. This is the versioning. Now it has zero version. Why? The file is as it is what I had uploaded. जो मैंने upload किया था वैसे ही की वैसे ही है file. But if I go ahead and edit here something, edit one, right? So, and if I now go ahead and check versions, look at this. If I want the file exactly how it was, I can revert from here. If I go here and do edit 2, and if I go to version, can you see? Now do you understand, guys, how the versioning works? Every time you make some changes, you will have a new copy of it. Yes, no, maybe, any doubt? Yes, guys, any doubts, any questions?
No. Understood.
Look at this. It is showing the size as well. Maybe if I edit more, and if I save, now if I go to versioning, can you see? It is showing size as well. It is showing the exact date and time. What changes have you done? So what you can do, you can come here, right, and you can download it just to check. Let's say you have this is your current file. This is your current file, and you say that, yeah, I needed a file which had only edit till 2. So you can come here. You can download this file. It will be downloaded locally here. You can download and you can compare it. Once you're sure, okay, this is the file which I wanted, you simply have to come here and do make current version. So if I make this as a current version, okay, again I will have a copy, but my current version will have. Can you see this? Now look at this. I did a wrong one. I wanted to do till 2, but I did the wrong copy. Hence, it is very important that you download it and you check this side by side. And then you go ahead and decide where you want to revert. Is this clear, guys, to everyone?
Yes.
Okay. Any other
Yes.
doubts? Any other questions you have? In next session, we are going to start storage account securing. How do we secure? How do we use? How do we access that? So any doubts, any questions, guys?
सोहेल भाई, ये जब अकाउंट क्रिएट करते हैं तो वो ऑटोमेटिक कुछ लॉक कर देता है क्या? क्योंकि जब आपने बोला था कि स्टोरेज अकाउंट डिलीट कर दो एक बार प्रैक्टिस होने के बाद, जब मैं डिलीट कर रहा था तो वो लॉक है करके ऐसा कुछ बता रहा था।
Yes, it does create a lock. You have to remove the lock. You have to go ahead and create a lock. Delete the lock if you want to delete it.
अच्छा, ठीक है।
Yes, guys. Any other questions? If not, let's stop this session and see you guys in 2 minutes because it won't allow me to start the new session before time. So let's join at 3:40 using the same link. And then we are going to start talking on storage account access and how do we secure that. Right. So let's stop this and start this in 2 minutes. 3:40 sharp using the same link.